they'll never fade away. Okay.
There's Mom and Daddy.
Let's go back to the start. So you can tell me. Okay, well those are just pictures of me. This is when Dad was down in Florida, is that? Okay.
Yeah, he was
In the Air Force? In Tampa, right?
he was in Mississippi.
Oh, I thought that was before I was born. I thought when I was born we were in Florida.
No, it was Mississippi.
I don't remember.
It
I was too little.
Yeah, it was Mississippi. Yes, sir.
Okay, now, who's this?
That's you and Miss Carver.
Okay, now that's December 1968.
Yes, that was his mother.
And was she okay then?
She's fine.
Okay, and then here, that's about the same Christmas. That's what, Mom, Dad, Judy, Bob and Brenda and Papa, you, Tara, and me,
Yeah.
over on C Street.
Yeah, that's
That's a good looking bunch.
Yeah. There you are asleep.
Yeah, in the back of the car.
And there's you and Tara.
She doesn't have a front tooth.
Yeah, she's losing her baby teeth.
And that's just baby pictures of me.
And
You remember me being that little?
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Is that you and Tara again?
Yeah, that's another picture in
that's you
that
and
rocking
Tara.
chair.
And
Okay,
there's
now.
Mom and Daddy.
Now this is your dad and mom?
And is that Ellie?
Hold on, let
I
me
can't
see.
see that.
It's fuzzy. I don't know if that's me or not, but so that's your mom?
Yeah.
And what was her name?
Mary
Mary, and her maiden name was?
Scout.
So Mary Scalf, and your dad was James Lyons.
Yes.
Do you remember when they were born? Sometime in the 1800s?
Yes. Seemed like Mom was born in 1901. Would that?
Oh, 1901. So you'd have been, what year were you born?
1916.
So she was 15 when you were born? She was young.
Let's see, 1883 or 84. 84.
So she was born in the 1880s?
84.
So 1884?
They make her about 105 now, wouldn't it?
No, 115.
Well, you're 1884. And Daddy was born in year 1886, 87.
So he was younger than your mom?
87.
So in this picture, let's see. She was 82 or 84 here. How old was she when she died?
86.
So, and did she die in 1970? Because I had to be little.
Well, she's born the year April was born.
Died year,
She
okay,
died
1970.
The year April was born, 1970.
So, if she was 86, then she was born in 1884.
Mm-hmm.
And then when did Great-Grandpa Lyons die?
He died in 71 now.
So just a year later. And how old was he when he died? He would have been about 85?
I think he was about 85.
Okay.
Something like that. 84, 85. I don't remember exactly.
So, wow. So that was just a couple years before they died then.
Yeah.
So they were around for everybody up through April then.
Yeah.
And they died before.
No, April.
Because April was born in 70.
Yeah, but April was born. Mama died one Friday, and April was born the next Friday.
Oh, okay. So they just missed April.
Mama died the 10th, and April was born the
About 17.
17th.
Okay, is this on C Street here? Because there's Brenda and the Christmas tree, and that's my head.
Yeah.
And there's your bookcase with those encyclopedias.
Yeah, Jimmy's got it now.
Is that snow outside? I can't tell.
I guess so.
And there's your coffee table.
Yeah, I had that there.
My goodness, and is that the same place? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I
me,
always
Mom, and Dad.
when you
See,
was
don't
that age.
Ryan and I look a lot alike?
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Cute when we're little boys, then we grow up, don't
Oh,
we?
little boys, I don't know. They never grow up.
Then there's me, Brenda, Tara. Now who's with Judy here?
Paula, I guess.
No, it's a guy. Who's the guy she's holding hands with? Judy. Who's this guy you're holding hands with?
I can't tell. See if you can see it through there.
Oh, yeah. See, does this have a light on it?
No.
Okay. Don't have my keys with me. But some guy, he's got short hair, though. Then that's you, Mom, Papa, and Dad. Do you remember who she was dating in 1968? She'd been early high school, I guess.
Maybe it's old John Booker. I don't know. I didn't like old John no way. Is it old John?
I didn't know John. I was there, but
you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
That's when my birthday and Papa and you came over.
That was over at
and Boone's Creek.
Boone's Creek.
And he fell asleep on the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And I don't remember that. I was too young, but there's my birthday.
Yeah.
They were at Boone's Creek.
Oh, you've got a good record of all of them.
It's just school pictures.
Yeah.
And that's my friend Tony over in Boone's Creek.
I didn't know him.
Okay, now here's, in the living room in here,
Yeah.
Judy, Sis, Mom, and look at Brenda's hair.
Yeah.
All puffed up.
That's what she wore, is short.
Beehive, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, they combed it up loose on their head.
And that's me. That's up in South Hills. And I don't know who took this picture. Oh.
That's at your house.
Yeah, that's up in South Hills when we were up here in South Hills.
Yeah.
Now this is out in the front yard. Patty, Jerry, was that his name?
Yeah.
Mom, me, and Papa.
Yeah. And this is...
Same picture, just a
same
different
picture,
angle.
Different.
Now you remember that tree you had out front?
Oh yeah, those was beautiful.
And just school pictures.
That's school. School pictures lasts good, doesn't it?
Now this is a little bit older, but I grew.
Yeah.
Sis, and then you and April and Tara at Christmas. Okay, now down here, this is July 1962, up at Watauga Lake.
Yeah.
Now who? Okay, you've got Papa, you. Now who's that? Is that Dallas?
Jim Ferguson.
Oh, who's Jim Ferguson?
He's Otis's best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Don't you remember Jim?
Memo, I wasn't even born then. Who? Tell me about who's Jim
Yeah,
Ferguson?
but Jim was still alive when Otis died.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
He's still alive.
Did he work with Papa
Yeah.
down at the plant?
Yeah, they worked the plant together. They just brothers.
And who's that?
That's his wife with him.
Okay, and that's Judy.
Yeah.
And Dad. And who's that?
Paula.
Paula. Oh, is that my cousin Paula?
Yeah.
Oh, her and Judy hung out back then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were good friends.
Now, look at all those old cars.
Well, that just seems like yesterday we went up there.
My goodness, y'all look good too.
We went up at the lake for a cookout.
Oh, really? Just y'all?
Yeah, we went for a cookout, and
Okay.
we had a good time.
All right. Now, where's this at? This is you, Bob.
This
Daddy,
is down at Sinking Creek.
in Sinking Creek.
Yeah,
Okay.
Miss Carver's house. These was made.
All right, and there's Papa.
Yeah, this is supposed to be grape vineyard behind here. Just grapes all along there.
And what did y'all do with the grapes?
Well, there's Miss
Make
Carver's.
jellies and jams?
I don't know what she did with them. She didn't give us any. She kept for herself.
Now, who's that working on the grapevine?
Dallas.
Oh, that's Dallas back there?
Yeah,
Putting
that's
them in that box.
that's a grape vineyard there. Now I can't see the vineyard good. 'Cause-
Now, Sinking Creek, is that where she lived?
Yeah, you know where the oldest church in Tennessee is on John C. Road?
Sinking Creek.
You know, like you're going down the road to Johnson City?
The old Milligan Highway?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what.
Before they built that new 4-lane?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You
Going
know,
out through
you
there.
go down in a dip like, and then here's King Springs.
Okay, yeah, where you used to get flowers out there, or plants.
Yeah, at a greenhouse.
Yeah, greenhouse out there.
And right here's St. Creek Church, and right here you turned off
Yeah.
to go down Miss Carver's.
Okay, so she lived down that way.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the oldest church in Tennessee.
I know what you're talking about now.
And
Who's this handsome fella?
is that Bob or Jack?
That's Jack Carver.
Yes, Jack.
Look at that. These are Dad's school pictures.
Yeah.
Kingburg, 1952. High school graduation. And that had to be high school. Well,
Yeah.
that one was younger. Now this is January 66. This is a little over a year before I was born. And that's Mom and that's Dorothy up at
Yeah.
Mama Marl's. My gosh, she was young. My mom was young.
Yeah.
I don't remember her being young. Okay, now, up here, who are those people? Can you see them?
Not enough to tell.
Let me
But
see.
I believe it's Uncle Ed,
Let me see if it's written.
Uncle Charlie, or some of them.
I know. See, I hate that.
Let's see, take it out.
Oh, okay. Here, do you need your magnifier? Oh.
That is Mama's Frank and Uncle Charlie. And I don't know that's Uncle Charlie.
Your Uncle Charlie?
Yeah, and that is my cousin Frank. And I don't know those two.
Two in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that was your mom's brother?
Brother, yeah.
Oh, okay. And
That
that's
was
your
her
cousin.
nephew.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know those two.
It's hard telling. This picture's old.
Yeah, it's old. It's made before I saw that. It has to be old.
Okay, and I guess that's Dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, all right. Now, tell me about the mule. Is that a mule?
Well, Archie and Mary was home, and he had spent the night at our house down near Bluff City, and Arch wanted the picture. That's Arch, I think. Do you see Arch?
Nah, he must have taken a picture. There's you, Papa. Papa was handsome, and I guess who are the kids on there?
That's Jack and Lockie Ann.
Lockie Ann. Who's
Mhm.
Lockie Ann?
That's Archie Mary's oldest daughter.
Oh, okay.
Osie's brother's daughter.
Oh, okay.
And this is Arch holding the mule.
Oh, he's behind the mule.
Yeah.
I see his arm
and
there.
Mary made the picture.
Oh, okay. Now this is August 1957, and that's Dad with the glasses, right?
And that is
Who's his buddies on the porch there?
Chris and David Button. It's two of them. Isn't four of them, isn't
Yeah. 'Cause
Tony
it's Dad.
Smith.
Tony Smith, okay. Whose porch is that on? Because that's got an
Mine.
S on the door. Why did it
Mine.
have an S? That's an S.
Well, it was there when we went there.
Oh, okay. In August 1957, where were you? Dad would have been about 10 years old. No, 11.
Let's see.
10 going
Yeah,
on
C
11.
Street, wasn't it?
Was that C Street? When did you move to C Street?
Let's see. When Judy was 5,
What year was Judy born?
53.
So you moved in 1958,
No, we moved in 57.
so 57. So if
No, we moved July 58. That's right.
so, right before, where did you come from before you moved there?
Over Kingburg.
So this would have been over in Kingburg, because Dad went to Kingburg Elementary, right?
I know, but he did a year after we come to Elizabethton. He finished the 6th
Oh,
grade.
he finished 6th grade.
Yes.
So he would have
and
still been going to
I
Kingburg.
went to work in October at the undergarment. We moved over there in the spring to 6th Street. It was all 58. Oh, there's a lot of changes. There's the old barn, isn't it?
Yeah. Now where was this at
This was
with the mule?
out from Bluff City. They called it the Bunker Hill Road.
Who lived there? Is that where y'all lived? Or was that Arch's place?
No, it's where we live.
Oh, y'all lived there. So that was your farm.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Now, why did you move from the farm to the city?
Otis's idea.
He didn't want to be a farmer anymore?
He never did. He never did.
I like that picture. That's a good picture of Papa. Now, that's 64, so that's over at C Street.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good picture of him. Now,
Jack,
who's that woman in bed
that's
there?
me. And Jack got my picture. Yeah, I was in the bed.
What is that wrapped on your head?
I had toilet tissue on my hair to keep it from getting tore up. And that's when Jack graduated, wasn't it?
And there's Dad and Papa out on C Street.
Yeah,
That's a good picture of them.
yeah, and that's Jack.
That's a good picture of Dad without his glasses.
Yeah.
He looked good. He hated those glasses, didn't he?
Well, we couldn't get nothing but the thick ones.
Yeah, that's.
That was on C Street.
Well, this is September of 1957. There's Judy, and there's Dad wearing some ugly socks. And Bob looks mean. What was wrong with him? He looks like he's got gas.
I guess he has. He's a heavy then.
Was he a big boy?
Yeah.
Now, that's...
Everything he eat always turned to fat.
I didn't tell her to say that, Bob. That's not my fault. That's your mama
He
talking.
worried about that.
Now, who's... This is you.
Yeah.
And who's that? Judy?
I guess it's Judy. Yeah.
What are you smiling so big for? Were you
I
just
don't
happy to have had her? get rid of her out of your
I
belly?
don't remember that.
That's a good picture of Mom.
Yeah.
And there's you and Mom. Is
Yeah.
that over on C Street?
Yeah.
That's... You had those curtains, didn't you? I remember, for some reason, I remember those.
Yeah, there's a floral pattern.
And that's you at the sink in C Street.
No, I believe that's Dorothy.
Is that... Okay, let me...
I believe that's Dorothy. I'm not sure.
It's hard for me to tell because I don't remember these places. Do you remember that refrigerator and that sink?
I believe that's Dorothy. I don't know.
It may be. I can't tell.
I'm pretty sure that's Dorothy.
Okay. See, I don't remember what
Yeah, that's
the place
Dorothy.
looked like.
That's Dorothy. I can tell by her hair. I'm sure it's Dorothy. Dorothy was smaller than I was then.
All right, 1960, March. That's Dad. I wish that picture hadn't been blurry.
I don't know what made it blur that way.
Now, this is Christmas, I think. Yeah, 1968. And there's Mom. Now, is that Patty and Jerry?
Yeah.
Who's that? You know the blonde girl there?
Kathy,
Who's Kathy?
Ellie's daughter.
Okay, and who's between Jerry and Mom? Who's that shorter?
Sherry.
That's Sherry?
Yeah, when she's little.
Oh my goodness, she's just little.
Yeah.
Okay, now where's that picture at? Is that behind C Street? Or is that, where is that? I didn't recognize the house.
That's C Street. Look at those trees. They just trimmed down.
Is that behind the house? Or that's got to be out back, right? Is this the driveway that came in Patey's is over here?
I guess it is.
You remember that time y'all had that swing set out there and I stepped on the nail?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember about behind the house. I remember stepping on that nail. I think I screamed loud enough that the whole
But
city heard me.
that street wouldn't have went down behind the house on C
I know.
Street.
All I'll remember.
But
Well, did
then-
Patey build a fence behind your house later on?
And the fireplace wasn't there.
Yeah, there's the fireplace. But that looks like it's on front of the house. To the front. There's nothing on the back. I don't know. I had to trust
Yeah,
you.
that's where we went down to Patey's. Yeah, this is right.
Okay. You got me. I barely remember. I guess, is that Mom in your bedroom on your
Yeah.
bed? Okay, now, who's that? Is that Brenda?
I
can't
see
tell.
it well enough. This is Judy.
Yeah, Judy looked good. She was cute.
I bought her pretty clothes then.
All right, Judy.
And there's me and Jack.
Out at the beach. Down in Florida.
Yeah,
You and your bikini.
yeah. I had to been a bikini.
Okay, that's a good one to Dad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that Bob and Dad as little kids with baseball bats?
Yeah, Terrence Johnson come over in the yard and made those.
That's a good picture of them.
Yeah, and there's Mom and Daddy.
Where was that taken at? Who's the little kid?
Now, Jack, I believe.
Is
I
that
can
Dad?
see it well enough. It's Jack.
They were some serious looking people.
Yeah,
Did they ever laugh?
yeah,
Really? That's a good one to Mom and Papa.
yeah,
Now this is, I guess, graduation,
yeah.
October of 1964.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously
That's
there's Dad.
David, Mutt and Jeff.
Mutt and Jeff.
Yeah,
David who?
Whitaker.
Oh, David Whitaker. And who's the girl?
I don't know the girl he's with, and Carolyn.
My goodness, they were young.
Yeah, about.
High school? Senior in high school. And
Yeah.
Mom would have been a sophomore or
There's
junior.
about 18.
Yeah, Dad would have been 18.
Mm-hmm.
Phew. My goodness, they were kids. And I guess that's just them
here's
together.
where we was at the beach.
Judy. Did Paula go with you? Did she go with y'all everywhere?
Yeah, just about it.
Did you just adopt her?
Well, Marie and Paul just kind of done for themselves. They never done too much for Paul.
Now, who's that crazy looking woman at
I don't
Holiday?
know.
We're doing
That's
holiday dinner.
That was over at Mama's.
And
And somebody hollered at me, and I done that way. I remember that.
is that Charles?
Yeah.
You're always working with the food. You look good though. That's a nice dress.
I wish I had that dress now. You can't buy them now.
And is that pearls?
Yeah.
Somebody got you good, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't remember who made it. Well, now, there's Jack and David.
Just by themselves. Yeah.
And there's Jack.
Dad at the beach. Now,
Now that, no, I don't know.
that's somebody's birthday.
There's,
And there's
Daddy.
Papaw. No, it's Papaw. And Dad. Here, let me turn around here and I can tell you. Ruby. And I guess that must be Dad's birthday. And there's Mom and Judy and Papaw. I don't know who those three are.
Well, that was at my house then.
Yeah, I guess that's Paula right there in the Navy outfit. That might be Bob behind. I don't know who this little one is. Is that in the kitchen or something?
It must be. It'd have to be if it was at the table.
But it's a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, who's that? That's Papaw's mom, and is that all the Carver kids?
Yeah, that's, let's see now.
Okay, I know Papaw. Now tell me who the other ones are. Who's this guy?
Glasses.
Yeah.
Howard.
And who's the next one? The short woman.
That's Effie.
Effie. And then the tall one in the middle.
That's Dal, isn't
Is that Dallas?
it? I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not used to him having glasses like that.
Oh, Dallas wears glasses.
And then Papaw, and who's the one next to Papaw on the red?
Goldie.
Goldie.
And this Miss Carver, isn't
Yeah, and it's her birthday in 1972.
it? Yeah,
She must have been old. She looks old.
she was.
Okay, I
And
love
here's your,
me and
over-
Papaw and Boone's
Boone's
Creek
Creek,
having
yeah.
our birthday together. You know, I remember that.
Yeah. And I don't know if
Christmas.
I can't
That's
see that.
Ruby. There's Dad, big Dad, with a lot of hair. He looks like somebody, a musician. There's
Yeah.
Sis is just little. Tara. And me with the gun and some very ugly polyester pants. And that pretty tree. You still had that globe hanging up over there, that light.
Yeah.
And you had a fire in the fireplace.
I sold it and got rid of it. It's in my way. I didn't like it. Sold it to Teresa Thomason, and she's dead now. She's a good friend of mine.
And there's Ruby Carver, Charles Weinberger, Susie Weinberger, and Brenda Carver.
I don't remember them.
You don't remember any of those wild people?
I don't remember us having a maid.
I was in there in the living room, probably around Christmas
Yeah.
time,
It must have been.
because everybody's dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
And look at you there. You both caught by surprise.
Yeah. Who's that?
Isn't that Mary Lee?
Mary Lee.
Uh-huh. Look at those curtains with the orange on them.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's Dad a long time ago.
Oh, here's a big wheel.
Yeah, down. You remember riding the riverboat?
Yeah,
Boy, it was a pretty day.
it was.
And just that same trip. You riding the boat. And there's, I don't remember this, there's Sis giving you a birthday present.
Oh, that's my birthday when I was down there.
No, that's in your kitchen. There's the
No,
old
that's
phone.
in Jack's kitchen.
No, that's your kitchen. There's your heater. There's the picture. There's your phone. There's the embroidery thing. That's your table.
Well, I don't remember.
Yeah, there's your old floor. There's the double doors.
Well, there's something I don't remember it. I remember her giving me one down there.
Now, who is this? Can you? I know those pictures are little. They're not in good condition.
This is Daddy and Annabelle. And I can't see this in the
Let me
nose.
see if I can get it out here.
Lord, them.
Older than dirt. James Lyons and family, and James Lyons and Ruby.
Yeah,
That's you.
that's me.
That's what it says on the back.
Well, who's this here?
And this one says James Lyons and family on it.
It's all three of us. That must be me.
You were little.
But that hair looks red. to
Oh, that's a
me.
black and white picture.
I wonder who wrote that.
I don't know. It's not my writing, and it's not
Uh-uh.
yours. That's old. If you were born, what year were you born? 1916?
Mm-hmm.
That had to be, what, about 1920 then? You were about 3 or 4 years old there.
Yeah.
You were just little.
That's been.
If 1920, that's going on 80 years ago. No wonder that picture is falling
No
apart.
wonder it's tarnished. Is this you?
No, that's a kid I had at DHS. Look at this down here. Dad, me, Mom, and Sis. Look at those
Yeah.
colors we're wearing.
I know it, and I got you them paints.
Oh.
You picked them.
Oh man, look at those ugly shoes.
You picked them both. I got them for you. You picked them.
I didn't pick those shoes.
Yes, you
no, those shoes are too ugly.
You wouldn't have nothing else.
Don't tell me that.
I wanted you to get something else for a birthday or Christmas. I don't remember.
And there's Tara, April, and look at those ugly polyester pants. That's Christmas here in your living room in there. How come you let us wear such ugly clothes back
Well, you
then?
wouldn't have nothing else. I got you them for a birthday or something.
Ugly, ugly, ugly.
Well, polyester's all you get back then.
I know. Those were early 70s.
Mm-hmm. And it's coming back.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it for the pictures.
Oh, them was good.
All right, now get that picture and tell me about it.
Well, this was our oldest child.
Now, it looks like it's been painted.
It was.
So what did they do? Take a picture and then
They
someone...
made a picture, and then a man came to the house, and it was just a small picture. And we bought the frame, and Judy's got the frame now. But we bought the frame, and they painted this. And he is sitting on a blanket in Mama's yard. That was the only picture we had of him. He's sick so much. And he died, I think, when he died in March. He's about 15 months old, had a meningitis. Lived about. He lived from about 8 o'clock at night till about 8 the next morning.
Okay. See.
And died.
Oh no, if I can get a good shot of this, let me see if I can.
Oh. To hold his.
Yeah, kind of hold it up right there. It's just so dark in here. Oh well, I'm sure it'll show up. Now,
Do
let's
you
see.
think it will?
Here we go. Can you hold it right there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, now I can see it. Now, and this was, what's his name?
Jimmy Wayne.
Jimmy Wayne, and you had another one.
Billy Jean, I don't have a picture of him.
And-
He's sick all the time.
And what happened to him?
He was sick from birth, and
So were they both like one right after the other?
no, Bob was in between them.
Oh, okay. Who was the oldest? Who was your first one?
This one.
So he was the firstborn.
And he died in 15 months.
And then Bob.
Bob was born the 2nd day of January, and he died in March.
So then you just had Bob.
Yeah.
And then you had,
Billy.
and then Dad, and then Judy.
Yeah.
And Billy,
Every one of the first ones died.
before Dad came along.
Mm-hmm. See, because I had, back then they said RH negative blood was the cause of it, they thought, but I don't know. And when Judy was born, they had blood to give her if it was like mine. So, I guess that's just life. That's the way it goes.
It must have been something rough to go through.
Well, it's all right till the wind blows, and then when the wind blows, you want to go get them and wrap them up. But I guess you just have to have faith and go on. That's all you can do.
No, let's go back. You were born in 1916.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you born?
Let's see. I was born in Sullivan County, but I don't remember the exact place.
So you weren't born in the hospital.
Mm-mm.
You were born at home.
At home.
That's the way things. Your mama had all the kids at home.
Well, yeah, all of them. That's the way it was then.
Did she just do it herself, or did she have
No midwife, just a friend come in.
just come in?
Mm-hmm.
So if any problems happened, that just was tough.
You just made do with what you had.
So you were born then in 1916, and you were the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Of 6 girls.
and that's it. No boys, just all girls. And you lived in Sullivan County. Did y'all live on a farm?
Yeah,
And
a small farm.
what's your earliest memories? What's the first thing you remember as a little girl?
I was just trying to think. My Aunt Ellie had died.
How old were you?
I don't remember that.
You were just a little girl though.
Me and Anna B.
So
The
Anna B.
only 2.
So Anna B's the second.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just you two. What's some of the first memories you have, that things you can remember going on growing up?
Hoeing corn, I guess. 'Cause we all had to go with Daddy and hoe corn if it was big enough. Tobacco and just things we helped him with the farm.
So even though you were little girls, you all went out and.
He had no boys to help him and we helped him.
So what was it like growing up on a farm? Let's see, you didn't have indoor plumbing or electricity.
No.
So
No phone, no bathroom. You used to, they called it the Johnny house.
you had a Johnny house,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess you had a lot of toilet
And
paper from Walmart.
A Sears Roebuck catalog.
So no toilet paper. You had the Sears Roebuck. Now what'd you do in the winter?
You just went on out there.
Even though it was cold, you didn't have a chamber pot?
They call them slop jars.
Oh.
It was bad to use them and bad to empty them. It was good days though. You had your good days with it.
So what was the house like?
Well, it was a 3-bedroom with just a kitchen and a living room.
And all you girls shared 2 bedrooms?
Yeah,
Did you have bunk beds or just beds scattered, or?
it was just beds and
Just-
a half bed. 2 full-size beds in one room and a half bed.
And being the oldest, what did you think of every time your mom would come home with another girl?
Well, let's suffice, back then I never thought much about it.
She just
Wasn't
had one
old
every
enough.
year?
See, Mama was married 5 years before I was born. They lived in
Oh.
Bristol and Daddy worked at the railroad.
What did he do for the railroad?
He worked a car shop, something, I don't know what he did.
Oh, like a mechanic type thing?
I just don't know.
And what did your mom do?
She's just a housewife.
Well,
They lived on Good Husband Road in Bristol for 5 years.
do you know where they met or anything about them growing up?
No.
Where was
They grew up close together.
where were they from?
Well, Daddy was raised in what they call, you know where the Jones Cemetery is?
Nah, just tell me that. Is this? I take it this is in Sullivan County.
Yeah, and you went, they called it the Nares. It was just a narrow road through there. Wagons all they took through there. Daddy was raised over there. And Mom was raised right in front of where Mom and Daddy lived. It's a log house, 2-story,
A 2-story? Wow.
log house.
Now they were both on farms though.
Yeah.
But pretty much everybody was back then,
Mhm.
out in the country.
Well, that's all they knew back then. It was good days and bad.
Did they have a education?
Not much.
Did they go to school? Do you know?
Very little.
So they just basically had little, could read and write, and had a farm, met, got married, waited 5 years, and then you came along.
Yeah.
And then you were in the 3-bedroom house in Sullivan County.
Yeah.
And then your sisters all started coming out, what, every year?
Just about.
A new edition?
There's 2 years between me and Anna B.
And then about a year after each one. Okay, so
Mhm.
it's you, Anna B, then who's next?
Berlin, then Susie, and then Ellie and Merle. There's 11 months between them. They was born in, let's see, Ellie was born in Johnson City. We lived on Myrtle Avenue, and then we'd moved back to, well, it's about 5 miles of Bluff City. It's between Bluff City and Poplar Ridge at Uncle Charlie's farm. Farmed there a few years, and Mary Lee was born there.
Why'd y'all move to Johnson City?
Daddy worked a brickyard.
So he went from being railroad man to working at a brickyard?
Well, he come back from Bristol when I was born.
Uh-huh.
The car shops, I don't know why he quit that, 'cause it was a good job in a way, but he's called out all night.
So he had
It was
to,
something that he had to go anytime they needed him.
plus he still worked the farm,
Yeah.
so he had to do both.
No, he didn't work the farm, he lived in Bristol.
Okay.
And then we moved these from Uncle Charlie's place. We moved back to where they lived when they died.
And that's where they stayed the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was it like for you as you got older? Did you go to school?
Yeah, went to Elkana.
And
That's where Bob went his first year.
and
Yeah,
that's in Sullivan County.
it was in Carter County.
Oh, so you were
the
in
school
Carter.
was in Carter County.
Oh, okay. You were there near the line.
Yeah, we lived in Sullivan County, but we went to Carter County school
Okay, and how long did you go to school?
to the 8th grade.
Excuse me. Woo! And why did you quit?
Well, I was the oldest, and Mama had to have help at home, I reckon, was why I didn't go on.
And so
And there wasn't enough of money to do anything then.
So what did you do once you quit school?
Well, you just worked.
And
There's always chores to do.
so you do chores, and did you have to like take care of your younger sisters?
Yes, and there's washing, there's ironing, there's everything that you have to do on a farm to do. And Mom was sick a lot, and Daddy was sick a lot. And when I was 17, I went to work the Big Jack in Bristol. I put down I was 18. They wouldn't hire you if you wasn't 18.
So you just said you're 17. They didn't ask for ID.
You didn't have any back then.
You just walked in and started working. Now, what was Big Jack? What did you do there?
It's an overhaul plane.
A what?
Overhaul.
Oh, overhauls.
They
Okay.
called it overhaul plane. But they made paints and overhauls and coats.
Out of denim, or
Denim.
and so you sewed basically.
Yeah, and I worked there till I was married.
So you were 17 when you started. When did you get married?
21, I believe, or 22. I don't remember exactly.
Now, where did you meet Papa?
Let's see, I met him at church.
So you all went to church together. So he didn't live too far from you.
He had come. He was working at the plane for $21 a week.
So he had already started work at
And
Denver.
he was a boarding at Landon Shipley's. He didn't have a way to, didn't have enough money, I don't reckon, to buy a car. And he was, lived on Simley Creek at that time.
So him and
He
him-
boarded with Landon Shipley.
So he was from Simmerly Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he went to the church.
Yeah, we met at church, and we were married.
Now wait a minute. Do you remember the first time you saw him?
No,
What's the first time you remember about him that you noticed him?
walking home from church.
And why did you notice him?
Well, I don't know. It was just something like we was gonna be together forever. It was just a thought, I guess.
So you saw him, and you were
Yeah.
walking home. Were you walking with him?
Well, we'd been to church.
And so you were talking and walking,
We was talking and walking home from church. You didn't have cars back then to do.
and something just struck you that
It
this
was
is
just-
this
it-
is the man.
That was just the way. It was just a thought, but
And was there anything about him that was different or special?
well, I don't know exactly. I just liked him, I reckon.
What was he like then?
He's a lot nicer. He was real nice, and he was a good person.
Was he big then?
He's always, no,
Was he skinny?
Really? Sympathetic, and he was a kind person.
Did I guess, was he alone there at the church since he was boarding? He didn't have any friends there or anyone? He was just kind of...
Well, he had Landon and the man he worked with.
So he kind of hung
See,
with him.
Aunt Betty Shipley took care of Landon, done the work there for him, his stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
And Aunt Betty, she'd just take in anybody that wanted to come there.
So that went on a lot then?
Yeah, she's a real good old woman. And she, whatever Landon wanted her to do, she done it. And then Landon died. So,
So you meet Papa, and you walk with him and stuff. When did you two start talking and becoming like dating? I mean, did he ask you out, or did you tell him to take you out, or?
no, he'd always suggest places, and we'd go, and we was married then, I believe it was 17th of February.
Now, before you married, you dated,
Yeah,
and
started dating sometime back in the spring.
where would y'all go on dates to?
Well, there wasn't nowhere much to go over, only out to Cleveland Springs and church. That's about the only place you had to go.
So it was more like courting.
Yeah.
So
They'd come up to house and things like that, but what I mean to go places, there wasn't many places to go.
so how did you decide to get married? Did he ask you, or?
Oh, he asked me then, you didn't ask Sam.
So-
Now you do.
So he asked you, and do you remember him? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
And what did you say?
yes,
You were happy,
yeah.
and so
We was married, Pusher Edwards married us.
and where was that at?
In Elizabethton, we was married.
Do you remember the church?
It was in his house.
Oh, you got married at his house,
Mm-hmm.
and you were 21 then.
I was 21 or close to 22. I don't actually remember.
And what did your mom and dad think?
They didn't care. They liked us too.
And what did his family think?
They liked me, or they said they did.
So everybody got along.
Yeah.
So you got married then. What'd you do? Where'd you live?
We lived with Mama there till we got a house built. We built that house over for Mama.
On their land.
No, we bought the land.
So you bought some land. So you were
Mhm.
still over in
Sullivan County
Sullivan
then.
County.
We lived there till, I don't know, Bob was about 5 years, I guess, something like that. And then we bought down there in front of Adam Shipley's, you don't know where that is. But it's on down below the Bunker Hill Church. We lived there till we moved to Elizabethton.
So your first years in